Hello. Yes, good morning, everybody. I hope you can hear my voice and also see my screen clearly. Today, I want us to start off with the chart on my screen. We'll be looking at Euro CAD. This chart has been very much bearish. You can see that the indicators you have on our screen are showing us a sell. We have a very good level. We have a very good level here. We have a very good level there. We have another one there. So we had some support here in the past. We had another support here. The price moved down, it came back, touched the same place before heading straight to the lower side. So as it is now, this is a very good sell. We are looking forward for more sell positions. We actually expect price to retrace back and somehow touch this level here. So if the price can pull back up and touch anywhere in between these two lines, this will give us a good place to look for a sell from. So we are basically just waiting to see whatever happens. If we see the price pulling back and then touching this area, this will be a good place to look for a sell from. We have a trend line like this, and we have another one like that, then we have another one like that, we have another one like that. So this doesn't look very good, but it is still a trend line. Then we have that there, and then we have another one here. So this is like a resistance. We have a resistance here, we have a resistance, and we have a resistance here. So this here is a good place to look, was a good place to look for a sell from. If you didn't sell it there, you still could have waited and took a sell position when the price broke below this line here, the one I've drawn. So after this candle here, which closed below that line, you could have taken a sell position at least up to this point here. So technically, we do expect that the sellers should continue to push price down. We are looking forward for more sell positions, especially if the price can pull back and touch these two lines. The next instrument which I'll be looking at the Brent oil. So the Brent oil, so far nothing much appears to be happening. We are within some range. You can see that we are within a very good range. So we have like a line at the top, we have another one from the bottom. So we have a support here, we have a resistance, we have a support, we have a resistance. So you could have taken a sell position from the top here, expecting that sell to push us down at least up to this line here. So the price needs to continue down, touch this lower line, bounce off from it, which means this here is a good place to look for a buy from. If the price bounces off from that point, we want to see a continuation to the upper side, a break beyond this line, a retracement before the price can continue to the upper side. So this here will be a good place where we expect price to go up to. So the next instrument I want us to look at is we'll look at gold. We have it here. So gold, so far we are looking for the possibility that the price may likely continue to the upper side ultimately, but not at the moment. At the moment we just expect some pullback up to this level here. So as it is right now, we do expect that the price needs to pull back and touch this point so that we pick a sell from there. We expect sellers to continue to push price down at least up to this level here. So technically we will be looking for more sell positions. We're expecting sellers to continue to push price down at least up to this point here. So we have another one like that, and then you have another trend line like this. So following this breakout here, we do expect price to extend upwards as it did here. So this was the best place you could have taken a profit from. We want now that the price needs to pull back and touch the upper line, these two lines, so that we pick a sell position back to this line here. So basically we may see price continue to the upper side, touch this two line, bounce off from those two lines, then head straight to the lower side. That's what we expect to be happening. The next chart which we are going to be looking at, I'd like us to look at just a second, where is it? I'd like us to look at Gbp Usd. So you remember what I mentioned yesterday? I did say that the price was around a very good support. So we had some support here. We had a very good support there. We had a support, we had a support, we had a support, we had a support, we had a support somewhere there. So technically, as it is right now, I expect that the bias needs to continue to push price to the upper side up to this point here, up to that point. So expect the bias to continue to push price up to this point. If the price breaks beyond that level, then we do expect it to continue to the upper side, at least up to this point. So we want to see what happens. The price needs to continue up to this point, break beyond this level, continue up at least up to this point here. So basically that is what we expect to be happening. We have that, and then we have that, then we have this one here, and then we have another one there, and then we have another one like that, then we have another shape like this. So the shapes I'm having today doesn't look very good, but they're still shapes. As long as you see that there are places where the price tends to bounce off from, it's rarely breaking beyond that level, and if it breaks, maybe it continues above or below the same place, then you draw a shape around it. So you can also remember sometimes back I mentioned that it doesn't have to be just a clear wedge formation or a clear triangular formation or a clear rectangular formation or even an expanding wedge formation. The most important thing is that the price is traveling around that area, so you draw your lines around it. The next instrument I'd like us to look at is the US dollar Japanese yen. So this is bullish. We are upwards on this chart. We are very much to the upper side. We are headed straight to the upper side. Sorry about that. So you can see here, look at the indicator we are having. I'm having this moving average. This is 52 period moving average, and then I'm also have this indicator here. You can see that the indicator I'm having at the bottom is showing us a sell, but the moving average actually is also showing us a sell because we've just gone below the line itself. So the sell you are seeing on this chart is not a sign that the uptrend is ending, but it's just a correction. So we do expect price to maybe correct itself to the lower side, at least up to this point here. So expect more corrections, expect price to continue to correct itself to the lower side, at least up to this point here, where if the price bounces off from it, then that will be a good place to look for a buy from, back to this point here. This is around 129.353. The next instrument is Euro USD. So we have a very good resistance there. This is a very good resistance from the past. We had a resistance there, we had a resistance, we had a resistance, and we had a resistance. Then we had a level there. We have another one there. So as it is right now, we are expecting that the price needs to continue to the upper side. We expect that the price needs to continue to the upper side, especially if it can break above these two lines. If the price can ascend above the immediate two lines, then that will be a good sign that now we are continuing in that direction. So we'll just want to see whatever happens. If the price approaches those two lines and ends up breaking clearly beyond them, then that will be a sign that now we're continuing to the upper side, at least up to the next two lines. So that's my opinion on these instruments. We'll meet again tomorrow at the same time. Thank you and see you.